people are moving towards the digital world more. A lot of people, due to accessible internet, have smartphones. More people who are storing their personal information, sensitive information on their mobile devices.
How can Android pen testing skills help someone transition into cybersecurity from a different?
This is a very much a skill that is required in today's job market, and hence I would really suggest.
Hi everyone. So welcome back to another podcast. So today we are going to cover a topic called as Android penetration testing bootcamp, and with me I have Tarak. So can Tarak introduce yourself?
Surely. So this is Tarak. I work as a senior security consultant at Redfox Security, and today we are going to basically discuss all of this content and curriculum that I am going to kick off on 6th of September regarding the Android pen testing bootcamp.
Okay. So, introduction to myself. My name is Atharva Nanche. I am working as an associate security consultant at Redfox Security. To understand what is Redfox Security, you should follow us on our YouTube channel, Redfox Security channel, and also for the Academy page, you can go for academy.redfoxsec.com. So, as I know that we are going to have a amazing boot camp on the September. So I have prepared some of the questions so it will be clear to the crowd as well. So what is Android penetration testing bootcamp and what we are going to showcase. Sure. So the very first question, why is Android security expertise so valuable in today's job market?
Okay, so I would like to start off with more of for the common people to understand why is it important. So as you can see, people are moving towards the digital world more. A lot of people, due to accessible internet, have smartphones, and mainly the smartphones include that which are based on Android architecture. So if there are more and more people who are storing their personal information, sensitive information on their mobile devices, which is Android devices, obviously pen testing the Android devices will be very much important, or pen testing these applications will be important, since now we are trying to implement cybersecurity into Android. Okay, and next thing is majority of the security consultants in the cybersecurity space, they deal with projects based on application security, which involves web and mobile application security. Now Android pen testing being one of the major aspects of mobile phones is why I feel that learning Android pen testing is very much essential in today's job market.
Oh yeah. And also one of the things, like I have seen a lot of time when we are dealing with some of the web application pen testing, so we get an Android application which have a similar aspects of that web application. So a lot of time clients have a cross-platform implementation for their mobile devices and their web application. So that can also be one of the things which we can deal with. So, moving ahead with another question, how can Android pen testing skills help someone transition into cybersecurity from a different field?
Okay, so likewise, as I rightly said, majority of the projects are based on application security. Yeah. So which includes web application and mobile application. Now, when you start learning something which is very much essential in the job market, or there is more demand for those skills, then obviously if you start learning pen testing, Android is the first go-to. Again, why I would say is because majority of people, whenever they were young, they had Android devices handy. Also, connecting with it and playing around with it, likewise, just rooting your Android phone is something that even you might have done in your earlier days, right? In order to install some third-party application and stuff like that. So that is why I feel that learning that is very much is convenient for people. And again, this is a very much a skill that is required in today's job market, and hence I would really suggest this.
Oh, good answer. Nice, nice. So that is fulfilled. So what we can do ahead? What types of roles or positions becomes accessible after completing this boot camp?
Okay, so likewise, when we are talking about this bootcamp, I'm not only going to teach them about just the pen testing part. We are going to understand the architecture as well as pen testing, as well as creating a complete report with soft skills, which is basically communicating with the client. Now, when you're talking about learning this bootcamp, this is more of a VAPT focused bootcamp where you will be perform a penetration test on Android applications, finding vulnerabilities and basically reporting them. That being said, you will get into roles like security analyst, security consultants, and you can also, that's it.
Okay, so as you said, this is a kind of penetration testing, kind of boot camp where you will be having application on which you will be finding vulnerabilities. So don't you feel that there are other other courses out there or other boot camps as well? So how this boot camp will be a lot different from that one, and how what can be more provided in this boot camp, especially?
Yes, so likewise, I've answered this question so much because even at the expo that we had recently been with, a lot of folks who are asking us, likewise, hey, you guys are marketing or talking about your courses, but what exactly stands out in the market, right? The main thing is that we not only teach people about vulnerabilities or students, we also tell them exactly how this vulnerability works, understand the architecture first, understand the basics, how do you exploit these vulnerabilities, and then basically create professional reports, just what a security consultant does at the end of the day. At the same time, we are going to also help them out with the soft skills that they need to require. Likewise, let's say when you're talking to a client and you have a complete report, you need to focus on certain parts more often. How do we do that? So people who are into colleges or maybe just starting off or not in this field or trying to break or find the gap and get in the industry, these things will actually help them a lot. Also, we have interview questions, real time hands on labs. Now the best part about these labs, it's all set up for them, and majorly it's based on all the real world vulnerabilities that we security as security consultants have encountered on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. Actually, as you mentioned that you're also going to provide a professional hands-on how to write a report when you are going to deliver it, and that's what all we does in a security consultant field. So it's a very good thing.
So it's like the point at Redfox is we always want people to be pen test ready and help them out. So the main basic idea is, hey, tomorrow you get an app from, let's say, your manager or your peers, and they are like, hey, you have to test this app. How do you start off? What are the things that you look for? And basically the last point is creating the deliverable, which is the report. So all of the things are just laid out in this bootcamp.
So moving ahead to another question, can these skills be useful for freelance or bug bounty?
Okay, nice question. But actually, see, this thing definitely is, because at the end of the day, we are going to cover all of those vulnerabilities. How do you exploit them? But again, when you're talking about freelancing and bug bounty, this is more of a, this will help more to the audience who wants to learn and get into the job market as early as possible. But again, if you are someone who is a bug bounty hunter and a freelancer, definitely yes, you can actually go for it.
Okay, nice. So, by the way, what is a kind of salary impact or opportunities can people expect when they get some Android pen testing or mobile security skills in their resume itself?
Okay, so likewise, if you are a fresher, I would say you should expect anything between 5 LPA to 8 LPA if you are into mobile application security. Okay, but as my suggestion would be in this space, just don't be limited at a single field. If you are into, somewhat move with the market as well. If the market demands different skills in different fields as well, you can go for that. But yes, anything from 5 to 8 is what would I would assume.
Okay, fine. So, the last question, what I would like to ask, what advice would you like to give someone thinking about investing time and money into this bootcamp? And what special, as you have already answered a lot about what we are going to cover, but a small brief and why they need to invest in this bootcamp.
Okay, so first of all, the bootcamp is going to kick off on 6th of September. It is divided into 4 sessions. In the first session, we are going to understand about what the Android architecture is, how does it work, and then we are going to move towards the 2 phases, which is the first part being the static analysis. So if you know, in mobile app pen testing, it is the process of pen testing is divided into 2 parts: static analysis and dynamic analysis. So in the first session, we are going to understand the architecture, the basics, and then move towards the static analysis part. Now you can also implement manual. We are majorly going to focus on manual testing, that is doing JADX GUI, and then performing a source code analysis. And then we also have MobSF, which is an automated framework which will help assist the students in the static analysis part of things. The next session we are going to talk about FRIDA and runtime manipulation, that is dynamic analysis. So now you are testing the application in runtime. So sorry about that. In the session 3 we are going to move towards some common vulnerabilities or real-time vulnerabilities, likewise insecure logging, insecure data storage, cryptographic functions, content providers, and all of this fancy stuff. And then in the last session we are going to move towards more exploitations and more advanced techniques. But again, all of these things will be covered, and at the end we will be talking about majorly the exam part of things. And in case if I did miss out on certain details in this brief discussion, you guys can definitely check it out on academy.redfoxsec.com. And now the next question being said that what advice should I give this guys? So first is, if there anyone who is curious about how Android pen testing works and they want to get job ready and learn pen testing right off the bat, I would suggest them to enroll in this boot camp, because see, it's clear, everything is clear in front of you. We are not only going to teach them vulnerabilities or understanding them or how to exploit it, we are also going to help them actually report it in a professional manner, just like what a security consultant does.
Okay. Actually, now I'm pretty much excited for this boot camp. I have some idea of Android pen testing, but still I'm now excited to see you as a instructor for that boot camp. And similarly, if you guys are right now interested and have a vision right now to get into mobile security or any other penetration testing services or academy to understand a lot about pen testing, so you need to check out our academy channel, that is academy.redfoxsec.com. Over there we have a lot of courses not only regarding mobile security but different, that is web application, goes for red teaming and cloud a lot. So you need to check that out, and yeah, be focused. Thank you.